Hello, everyone. This presentation will reflect on a small group interaction simulation where our team managed a virtual 10,000 investment portfolio. I will discuss the key dynamics of roles and norms we experience. Personal involvement. This team felt different from others I had worked with due to clear, high stake goals and a series of short but focused meetings. I consider it a real team based on our shared objectives and interdependency. I was not a passive participant. I did consciously attempt to be an information seeker and coordinator. An example would be researching market trend regarding our stock before any meeting. During meetings, I would synthesize different opinions to strike a common ground. This proactive approach gave me a sense of being, making me deeply invested in our team's success. Individual roles. Besides these formal positions, such as lead and observers, some task and maintenance positions also emerged naturally. One member constantly played the initiator contributor role and also recommended new stocks to buy. One of them was a harmonizer, and he deftly compromised between us when we had opposite views regarding risk. I also observed a blocked early on, a member who was initially unwilling to make risky investments. The team handled this positively by admitting the concern but emphasizing our goal to avoid being over conservative. The rationing of the observer position led to a slight change in the role of the team, since the member who acted as the observer became more focused on the team's process and left the rest with ample time to contribute more. Group norms. Although the interaction chart template was not provided in the course resources, our group tackled participations and interactions informally through notes and our shared charts. Our objectives were clear meetings started on time, and portfolio change required anonymous approval. An important norm was our habit of starting each meeting with a quick check in whenever we were starting, and then looking at the present value of our portfolio. The ritual was effectively applied to bring the focus onto shared goal. Another strong informal norm was responsiveness in our special chat channel, which had to be between meetings. Attendance was excellent, likely due to the clear sense of structure and accountability created by the clear norms. The democratic form of leadership reinforced these norms. Hence, they were perceived and participative and not coercive. Status and power contribution. The distribution of status and power was fascinating. Our unofficial financial analyst held a status perceived influence due to the expertise, power of the ability to influence outcome and distributed differently. The group leader held legitimate power, but the analyst wielded significant expert power. According to French and Raven 1959 framework of power basics, I relied on informational power by bringing research data to our discussions. I found my influence through informational power by bringing research data to discussions. There was a minor power play when the expert member occasionally tried to shortcut the discussion. Still, the group effectively used the anonymous agreement norm to balance this, ensuring all voices were heard. This distribution was effective because it combined authority, expertise, and information. Interaction pattern. Our interaction pattern have evolved significantly. Initially, our pattern was very structured, almost a round robin where the leader called on each person. A trust built. We shifted to a more decentralized web-like with fairer, more dynamic communication. This was a positive evaluation indicating growing comfort. I believe we had adequate interaction, though introducing a brief brainwriting session before meeting have ensured even quieter members' ideas were heard. We were a cohesive group. Member reinforcement this by using supportive language, celebrating small simulated gains, and showing genuine respect for each other's contribution. Strengthening our unit's interaction stage progression. As Tuckman described in his 1965 model of group development, our group clearly progressed through each stage. We began by orienting ourselves and being polite. We began by orienting ourselves and being polite. Our second meeting was classic storming. With healthy conflict over investment strategy, we successfully navigated this by focusing on our shared goals and norms and moving into norming, where cooperation improved. By the final meeting, we were in the performing stage, making decisions effectively and effective. We didn't get permanently stuck, though the storming stage was critical for airing different viewpoints and ultimately strengthening our progress. Our agenda. Our group agendas mirrored the reflective thinking process, which was highly effective for this task. Our meetings constantly followed these steps. Problem identification. What is our current portfolio status? Problem analysis. Why did these stocks increase or decrease? Solution criteria. What are our criteria for a new investment? Solution generation. What are our specific buy, sell, or hold opinions? Solution selections. We voted anonymously on the best options. This structure agenda prevented us from making impulsive decisions and ensured our choices were well reasoned. Overall success. In evaluating our overall success, I consider our group highly effective. We achieve all assignment goals, collaborative respect, collaborated respectively, and developed strong cohesions. The element I was most pleased with were our communication, climate, and evaluation into a true performing team. For improvement, I would change two things. First, implementing a requirement for members to share brief research summary before meeting would have made our live discussion more focused and efficient. Secondly, former assigning a devil's advocate role during brainstorming would have ensured we critically evaluated all options and avoided groupthink. These changes would have further strengthened our decision making process, turning a great team performance into an exceptional one. In conclusion, this simulation demonstrates how clear roles, positive norms, and democratic leadership drive team success. Thank you for watching.